friends. That's my homie now.
Real friends.
Drake real friends.
Better send the fish. Be like, how? The universe, she ain't even gonna ask. It live in abundance. Period. I love like she's teaching me how to start living, like thinking like that. One, 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 two, 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 three, 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 four, 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 five, five, five. What they saying to you? Six, 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 seven, 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 eight, 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 nine, 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 nine. Here we go again.
What's going on, everybody? It's Princeton. We have another one. We back again. Artist.
Yeah, I never seen before.
Something never seen before. And this one right here is really, 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 really dear to my heart right now. Really dear to my heart because this is special. This is special. This is special. Real special right now. I see you got the wrong shot on right now. I'm looking real halfsy right now. I know this is exactly how everybody come to work. I know this is exactly how everybody come to work. Put a little top on and got some shorts on. But anyway, eyes up here. Like I said, we got a special one. We got a lot of special people here. And let's get started. Let's get started. My name is Princeton. This is Artist Love. And welcome to AMSA Presents Momentous. Now, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up?
How you guys doing?
Y'all see how they expose me. Yeah, they expose me.
I wonder what happened.
I ain't tripping though. I know. I'm not mad though. I'm not mad. You know, but hey, for real, this is how I go to work every day. So, you know, I got some shorts on, got a nice little button up on top, and I get complimented all the time. You got a nice shirt. You got a nice shirt, Mr. Thomas. You got a nice shirt. You know, and I gotta get out the frame like this, ease out the frame a little bit, because I don't want them to see I got shorts on. But anyway, I'm just happy y'all here today. Happy y'all here today. I could introduce you guys, but I'd rather you guys introduce yourself. So I want to start with Kassan first. Kassan, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kassan. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I've been doing poetry for a while. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the questions that were sent as well, so I can stay prepared. I sing. I do poetry. Model. I talk a lot, and I'm just really excited to be a part of this project. Like, this is awesome. I can't wait to see this. And you can find me on Instagram at KASAUNTIANNA. That is my info.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Blue the Poet, all the way from Baltimore. As the name implies, I am a poet, I'm a model, and I'm also the host of Respect the Mic in Baltimore's own Live from 782. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Blue, BLU, no E, the Poet.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Alex.
And I'm Mercedes. And we are AMSA Creative. Hey everyone, I'm Julius Tillery, the founder of BlackCotton.us. I'm a cotton farmer, and you can find me on Instagram at BlackCotton.us and check out my website www.blackcotton.us.
All right, so everybody that just introduced themselves is actually play a significant part and the reason why all of us is here. Um, Before we really get into the actual premiere, I just want to like just take a time and just step back and just be really authentic right now and transparent that everything that we're about to see is really touching, first of all. And not only because of the content or the theme or the message behind it, but it just shows how much um, it really just shows how much passion and drive an artist can have. When you have so much passion, so much drive to complete something, to do something, to share something, it just makes everything that much more important. And it just adds tons and tons and tons of just blessings on top of it. Honestly, I just feel blessed just being here. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox right now. And before we even move on, AMSA, Alex, Mercedes, just give me one word right now. One word you're feeling right now, Mercedes. That's for you, Mercedes. One word you're feeling right now, Mercedes. And then Alex, I just want you to give everybody one word that you feel about this piece.
That's a hard one.
I can go first.
Okay, you go first.
All right. I feel anxious.
Oh,
That was good.
I feel content.
Okay, so content and ancients. Well, there y'all have it. That's coming straight from the creatives' minds behind the whole piece there. So, and without further ado, I bring to you, AMSA presents Momentous.
One, 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 two, 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 three, 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 four, 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 five, five, five. What they saying to you? Six, 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 seven, 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 eight, 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 nine, 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 nine. Here we go again.
You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had an idea that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. Your silence will not protect you. Audre Lorde. And Harriet Tubman once said, every dream begins with a dreamer. Lately, I've been floating, lucidly sitting with my ancestors, laughing at 3 a.m. with Olu like, say what? Change gonna come. Change been here. Change been blatant. Oh yeah, change be God. And we be fractals. Intricate, intentional, intelligence. We be heaven and hell sent, cause you gonna get this liberation. You gonna check these angles or get checked by my angels. The same ones slain in the name of ignorance. The same bodies hung on trees. Different parts sold at low cost. Tears, strange fruits indeed. And we still lining up to plant seeds. Growing everything we need to feed our inner beings. And still, our grandmothers can most literally pray you through anything. Words as powerful as the God they come from. Her hands dipped in gold and green thumbs. She will plant you and help you bloom. Water you to the soil so quenched, so your petals so drenched. You got to get a salsa. With no sorcery, they've been birthing queens since before we knew Ashe. A word they stripped when we were taken away in 1619 with 20 slaves. Please, research if you don't believe. Here's what else the education system failed to teach me. Ain't none of us slaves if we dare to be free. The American dream was never for us. Keep your blue jeans and blue eyes. I'm good with my afro puffs and my fist raised high. This be a different dream, derived from ancestors for our future selves and everything in between. No more begging for equality. Time's up. We be the equalizer. We taking opportunities like Kaepernick took a knee. And it took y'all 4 years to see multiple black bodies to let us be. I tell you what, the countdown begins with me. 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. What they saying?
Our tears to thee from tortured souls arise, and we sing, hey, baby, Biden, we sing, hey, oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile, but let the world think otherwise, we wear the mask.
This that Wakanda forever. United, we toast it together. My blackness be lit like whatever. We diamonds, we shine under pressure, arise from the pressure. Never begging for my freedom. Knowledge be power, no minds to waste time to freedom. This crown be thick. Can't pick us from our roots, they reach for the stem. Systematically transforming environments made for black Americans. Ghettos be what you call them. HBCUs socially reconstructing that STEM. Teaching our youth science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Addicted to education. Weed out the ignorance. That's how you kill a deeply rooted system. You gotta stimulate your mind. No one can give you freedom. No one can give you equality or justice or anything. If you a man, you take that shit. How you and Abraham from the heights but living differently? Asians sell a shea butter to blacks, it don't make sense to me. Ozu in my backyard but don't want me here. Got a dress code, sorry miss, no athletic gear. Or I guess you only accept the Nike on the white kid looking like me. Why I'm paying for the law to kill me? Hamdu Allah, hope that God can heal me. Can't buy a home, too busy funding the police. Place them in black neighborhoods where the poor can only lease. Let freedom ring, we war cry. Black lives matter, yet more die. One day these revolutionary beats will hit streets like trap songs. Dope boys will sing them in the halls of public housing, church songs, administering the ghetto gospel to lost souls as they search on for new meaning. The term black will become sacred and take on new meaning. To rewrite history, all we gotta do is keep dreaming. And to that I say, Ashe.
So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Whoa, that was hot.
Yo.
That crazy like that, you know what I'm saying? I just had my homies come through here. I'm about to go nuts. I know I'm about to be on video. Like, let me just chill.
So I want to go ahead and say right now that I apologize in advance, or not in advance, but I apologize for the mistake. It was a few small, minor mistakes in the beginning of it, and that is my fault. And I do apologize for that. They will be corrected before the final is released on social media platforms or anywhere else.
Man, that was a movie. That jump was a movie, yo. I tell y'all this up, man. My homies here, and I'm like, yo, I gotta show y'all this movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I want to say I loved it. I
Right.
like mistake where.
Nah, yeah.
Right, what?
Yeah, it was some small stuff. Like the text, say it was a text issue and something like that. You know, then
it was
yeah, but
hey.
that joint was
man. Wow.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
That's so crazy amazing.
One thing about
Sorry.
Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second.
Woo!
I loved it.
Everybody moment, cause like
I don't know what to say right now. Let me first of all, let me just Blue Kassan, like,
Oh goodness.
damn. Like, are you serious though? Like, y'all really just gonna just pop up in a movie like that and just drop some jewels like that? Like, really just gonna just hit the streets hard like that? Like, dang. Like, y'all killed that for real. Y'all really killed that. I just want to know, right? Because y'all both had so much volume to it. I just want to know, Kassan and Blue, what was your favorite line, your favorite stanza from the whole piece? Like, what was your favorite line, your favorite stanza?
Blue, you want to go first?
I'm
I
trying
go
to think.
first.
I love the whole
1,
piece.
1, 1.
I was just, I thought
2,
the
2,
whole piece was
2.
lit.
3, 3, 3. 4, 4. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
That was definitely the build up. That bridge was definitely the build up.
It's definitely one of my favorites. That's definitely one of my favorites for me because of what the angel messages mean for me.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them a lot when we were in North Carolina. I see them a lot all the time, but they were like, it was like the entire, like the 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 9. I kept seeing all of them, and it's an important line for me because it just confirms a lot. I have a couple of other ones, but I'm gonna let Blue go.
I mean that bridge for in and of itself to me is like the perfect lead in, and then transition between both of us as artists. So I thought that in and of itself was perfect. If I had to pick another one, just looking at the video now, I would say the part where I say can't buy a home, too busy funding the police. Like neighborhoods where the poor can only, because that's reality. You feel me? Offices and neighborhoods where like you can a bunch of boarded up homes. You feel me? But you got police on every corner.
I like the
Y'all
line where
both.
Blue says, Asian selling shea butter that don't make sense to me. I like that line. Because that's real. Like, that's real.
Facts,
That's
yo. I
very real.
go to the hair store trying a product, be like, what you know about this?
And like, even if they do, I think it's so deep because like our culture is beautiful. People love it and they want to be a part of it and they want to, appropriate, if you will. But and I get why, right? But like, and it's like you can't relate. So it's cool that you selling our stuff, but like, what kind of conversations is we having? For real.
I mean, I
Like
don't
for
know,
real.
man.
My
I mean, I think it's cool to
Yeah.
appreciate the culture because we have such a rich culture. Like, we as African people in a diaspora in and of itself, whether you are here in the Americas celebrating American culture, you're in Africa, wherever in Africa celebrating the cultures there, in Jamaica, Euro, like it really doesn't matter. Our culture as a people is really rich and vibrant, and I can see why anyone would want to participate in it. However, for me, when it comes down to that line in particular, it's like you profiting off of our culture, our people, but you're not putting any of this money back into our communities.
Yes.
Exactly. What we talking about?
This whole, like, we can sit here for hours, honestly, because it's just so much. Each stanza has so much weight to it. Like, each stanza has so much weight to it. But I want to come back to that, y'all, because we can go deep, and I want to go there. But I really want to, let's get back to AMSA, Alex and Mercedes. First of all, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, from being I'm blown away, honestly, I'm blown away. And I always say that every piece you do, Alex, is like the best, but this time, hands down, I ain't seen nothing this good since the Gatorade commercial. You know what I'm talking about with the Gatorade commercial. You know what I'm talking about. Let's wait. That's back in the day. But
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
nah, man. But y'all kill it. And one particular shot that I like is when Blue is like coming down, and I got like a little Spike Lee almost. I'm like, ooh, like a little Spike Lee transition.
Bridge.
That was nice right there. But let's get back to it. Get real serious. AMSA. Who is AMSA?
Oh, AMSA. He always want me to talk.
All of the questions will be directed.
Always want me to talk.
I need a second to think about myself. She can just go right up the top. So go ahead.
AMSA is a creative marketing and commercial video production company. We cater to small businesses, and of course, we don't turn anybody away. But more than likely, we're catering to small businesses, nonprofits, and just organizations who are trying to, of course, get out there and of course, trying to elevate their message or branding. That's who we are, and we try to do it in such a unique way that sets you apart from whoever your competition is.
Well, I definitely did accomplish that today. Why the title, Momentous? Why Momentous? Really, like, what can you define it in your words, and also why was that title chosen for this piece?
Well, Momentous speaks to moments in time, and we thought this piece definitely reflected that moments in time, moments from years, decades ago to moments here in the now, in the present, and moments of what could be in the future. And I felt like, that we touched on those different moments, and that's how we came up with the title. Mercedes actually was the one that she was the one that actually came up with the title, Momentous, and it speaks volume to what we produce.
That's it. New Year's present.
That is it.
Okay.
So I'm just taking. You sound frozen. I'm just processing right now. I do the same thing at work. I just be freezing up. Like, is he frozen? Just messing with y'all. But no. Planning. So you say Mercedes a lot. You say Mercedes. I would just be. We about to just call. Well, first of all, AMSA means what? What does AMSA mean? It's an acronym for what?
Our family's name. So my name, Alex, Mercedes' name, and then our kids' name, Savannah and Austin.
Okay.
So AMC, Alex, Mercedes, Savannah, Austin.
So I see why Mercedes has a lot of input in this. That's a king can't go nowhere without the queen. I see that. What did planning look like? What did planning look like in the whole ordeal, from start to finish? If you could just sum that up, what did that look like for you guys?
Alex says Mercedes. Well, first of all, we were watching the first Artist Love, and Alex, he had been saying, "Oh, I want to do something. I want to film something or whatever." He didn't know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to film something that was relating to or speaking to what is happening now, like the whole, like, especially like the Black Lives Matter movement and everything like that. So when we saw the first Artist Love, he really liked Kassan and Blue's part, and then basically he's like, well, what if we can do this? Like, maybe we can do something with them. And he's like, basically make it happen, so he's like, okay, I want this. I know I want to film something, and now I see two artists who I could potentially film, and now it's up to you to make it all happen.
That's not entirely true. I didn't tell her it was up to her to make it all happen. But the first Artist Love event, Blue and Kassan, man, they really spoke to me, and the words were so deep. Everything was amazing about what they said, and the only thing I could think of is I want to do something around everything that's going on. I want to do something. But what's the best way for myself to do something besides just like post a picture or just hop on everything that everyone else is doing, which is also good too. But as an artist, the best way for me to leave a stamp would be what I'm into, which is filmmaking and video production. And I think that was the best way for us to tell and leave our stamp, tell the story and leave our stamp. And it was like, what better person what better persons to use than Kassan and Blue after what I heard. So, that's when we started. That's when the planning process started. We envisioned everything, and then we wanted it to be on a compound. So we reached out. Like the first person we reached out to was Julius, and we connected with him, and it was that was actually a funny story how we connected with Julius and how we got turned around to shoot on his farm. So I'll let him explain that one. But yeah, it was a great, it was best idea I think we had in a long time, and I want to continue. We want to continue to do pieces like this, because it just really brings out a different side of us that we can finally present to everyone.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead to Julius. When you got that phone call, like what was your reaction to it? Or is this something that happens a lot? The people who actually call you and say, hey, can I shoot on your farm? Is this something that's a regular thing, or you was just like, how was that for you?
Well, I offer farm tours, and I try to help people connect to Black farmers in general in different capacities. And they was initially was going to connect with another farmer that was closer to where they was shooting, and I hooked them up with that. And but things fell apart, and they was really looking for something immediately. You can shoot at my farm, and we just had the perfect spot for it.
Which was actually so much better because, I don't think we would have gotten that sort of imagery anywhere else. Like we wouldn't have been able to have it, like have that sort of almost like like that vision. Like we were looking for a specific vision, and although like we were looking at, like when I was searching for farms and cotton farms, it had to be specific. It had to be a Black-owned farm, and I was actually looking specifically for a cotton farm. And when I came across Julius's farm, he was like, "Well, the crops are just starting. We just put the seeds down, and there's nothing going to be there." But which was okay, because when we got there, it was just like when you see Julius's land, like, and I guess like you kind of like mix it with the experience that you understand that like slaves went through and everything like that. It's just like even more powerful to see the acreage of land. Like Julius has, like he'll tell you how much land he has, and I can't even remember. But
because what you're seeing on that small clip is a small percentage of what he has, very small. I would not compare what you're seeing there to his actual farm. It is huge. And he was gracious enough to take us around to the many different locations that he has around his area for us to shoot in. And that was just one of the locations that we chose that we wanted to shoot in. But yeah, it's massive.
So Julius, can you just give a little? They already touched a little bit about the farm, but can you just give them a little bit more detailed background information about yourself? Like how did you get into farming? And go ahead, just give me a little background information about yourself.
Yeah, man. I'm a fifth generation cotton farmer. My family farm started, right around that area, and with my great grandfather, he was the first person born free from slavery. His parents were slaves in the same area, so we've always been in farming. And um, if you Google now this and Julius Tillery, you'll see a news segment about what we do historically. It's a real nice man. But yeah, black cotton is part of our business. We basically sell cotton that we grow on our family farm and like beautiful arrangements and decoration type, accessory type things. And we sell across the nation.
So I actually read your bio, right? And it mentioned that you want to honor your roots and promote black grown cotton. How do you plan on
Yeah.
like continuing doing? I know you have your accessories and stuff, but how do you plan on to continue that statement that you said in your bio?
Well, we constantly finding new ways to make products that customers can be proud of. People that we're not even customers. If you buy into this business, you're a supporter and a part of the home team. And we're just trying to support our black communities around cotton. It's an asset in our community. It's not a lot of money in cotton on the conventional market, but we're trying to make it so that we can have a business to pass down to the family farm. Pass to our family farm through our family farm, and we want to inspire other family farms and community businesses like ours.
Why is it so important for like us black folks to really look at cotton in a positive way?
Well, we all wear so much cotton and we promote so many cotton products. I feel like we should not have a shame of what the product actually comes from. We need to control and own it. That's what I see. We've given a lot of our job opportunities to other countries that's in this value chain, and I feel like we need to be able to know where our products come from so we can be able to proudly support them.
And so I'm not gonna hold you, but this was really I was like, he has to explain this. So it was brought to my attention that you call yourself the P. Diddy of cotton. I need more.
Yeah, man.
Please tell me what's that about?
Well, I mean, I'm like a hip hop inspiration to the farming community. I'm really running my industry. I'm the leading person with this raw cotton thing. We remixed this cotton. We gave it a whole new meaning. You know what I mean? Like it was one thing, now we remixed it and we give it another. So it's a whole culture. That's why our motto cotton is our culture.
I like that. I like that phrase, remix the cotton. I really like that. Go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't about to say that. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I know that you guys shot on Alex Massey. I know you guys shot at Julius cotton farm, and you also shot at a plantation. What, Kassan and Blue, this is for both of you guys. What was y'all initial feeling actually stepping on that plantation ground? Like knowing the history, knowing what's happening, being on a plantation. How did that initially make you feel? Any one of you guys can speak first. Yeah.
It was intense. I think intense is the best word that I can use right now. I remember getting to the farm and I was kind of in and out of it. Like the energy there was just super heavy. If anyone knows anything about empaths or feeling others around you, feeling other energies around you, it was really like one of those moments where our people were here and it was surreal. The experience got very, very real. As soon as we stepped on the land, you could feel the energy. And just walking, in and out the houses, in and out, not even the houses, the quarters where they were living.
Kassan, you want to take this one first?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead, Kassan. That was just a delay.
Even that clip, technology, bro. Technology. I'm working on it. Even that clip, like it was just a moment of, I remember touching the house. I remember just putting it, like, there were parts of the bricks where there were hands that the babies were putting their hands in the cement, and their hands, and then you could see it on the house foots, and it was very emotional, and very intense, and it was humbling. That's the word. It was humbling. It was very humbling. It was so much that was, I don't even know the history of that land, but you could just, if I felt humbled. I felt like, oh my God, I'm here. Oh my God, this is happening. We are a part of this. We are saying something in this space with our Black voices that cannot be taken away. And we're recording it, and we're here. It was so humbling. It was a surreal moment. It was a very out of body experience moment. Just grateful for the sacrifices that have been made. And you felt it when you got there. You felt it. For me.
Blue, what about you?
Up, honestly, surreal experience. I know when I first was driving up the paved way, I at first was kind of like, okay, where am I? Like, what is this? And then when I saw the one quarters that was like right in the woods, it just kind of like shocked me. It was just like spiritual. It was an internal feeling. I can't even really describe it, but it just set in the reality of where I was, where we were, and how long ago it was. Like, it wasn't that long ago, where like literally our great grandparents were working those fields, were subjected to slavery, and to that sense of where we are and how you were, like, cause said, the sacrifice made so that you could. It really gave me. It really sit back and take a look at self, really self-reflect. It makes you one, you making ancestors everything that they worked hard for, the sacrifices they made, the people that were lynched and killed, and, just so that you could exist. Do your actions today, would your actions today make them proud? And it was real. Like, you got people nowadays, like, it made me honestly very grateful to have gone to a HBCU college. Could have went to any college, but I intended to go to an HBCU because at one point we couldn't go to college. We had to create our own schools, our own universities, just so that we could be educated, and still we fight for equality to this day. Our fight is far from over. And it just, like Kassan said, it makes you feel grateful for where you are and what you have. But remember, it all came from the struggle of your ancestors who are not that far removed.
In our blood. In our blood.
So this is like is really and honestly, I'm gonna tell the truth, y'all. I'm mad that I couldn't make it because I'm really mad that I couldn't make that trip right there. Because it's just hearing it now, looking at it, it just makes me feel, I'm like, hey, I missed a big opportunity to be a part of something. I mean, even though I'm seeing it now, but it's just, I miss that feeling. Like that feeling you had, Kassan, or that feeling you had, Blue, or the feelings that you guys had, AMSA, or even just having that proud Black feeling that I can see so coldly and disrespectfully in you, Julius. I missed the opportunity about taking that trip down there with y'all. But I hope this happens again. I'm definitely going to be there on the next one. If I get a call, a couple of weeks prior, so I can actually schedule it in my book. But that's another thing. That's no tea, no shade, no tea, no shade. But just
Yeah, okay.
overall,
The
Kasan and
whole
Blue,
tree.
how was the feeling? How was the feeling of just being on set? Like, I'm not sure if this is your first time being like doing. I know you guys have like other pieces out there, but I'm not sure if this is your first time doing something like this. How was that feeling? Just the whole process for you.
Um, I enjoyed the process. Overall, it wasn't my first time shooting a video. So I kind of had an idea of how it was gonna go, but it was very a great experience as far as being able to travel to various locations in different states and just see some of the monuments and the landmarks that I would not have normally seen in, just everyday life. So that in and of itself just made it a great experience. And then to do it with some wonderful people, just made it even better.
Oh, that was nice.
I had an amazing time. I had a great time. Like, it wasn't my first time on set either. Amster took very, very great care of us. And like
Yes.
we said, being a part of the culture, like being a part of North Carolina was just amazing. Like going to the
Mhm.
farm and seeing Julius and listening to your stories about your grandparents and where they were buried and how you are so proud of where y'all come from. Like that was amazing. We also ate some really great food from their restaurants that I had never been to. They weren't in Baltimore. So like that was
Mhm.
amazing. Come on now, the spinach, okay, the chicken, okay, like I'm a foodie, and North Carolina was showing me mad love, okay. So, all of the food, and then me and Blue on the way, even on the way back to Baltimore,
I was just about to
we
mention that.
stopped at, yeah, we
As I was
stopped at
hitting.
this, they were doing barbecue, they were grilling on the parking lot of a Ace hardware shop. And
Mhm.
yo,
Yo,
it
that
was
food
really
looked
from the
good.
heart. Cooking was from the heart. Let me tell you. Okay, they had
Oh
crab legs, they had
my
chicken, they had all this big industrial
Fine.
grill, and then you could barbecue it the way you wanted. They have fries. It was amazing. It was amazing. So from start to finish, like from getting off the bus and
Mhm.
meeting up with Mercedes. When I got off the bus, there was this oil man, yo, sitting, yo. I had never heard of Sedan Kush. I go to the oil spots in Baltimore all the time. I know the oil people. That's my stuff. So he was just sitting
You got
there,
the
and he
numbers
had
on
this Sedan. It smelled amazing. I
this
still
nigga.
use it to this day. Watching this, please. I need to find you because I don't know where to find that Sedan Kush. Um, yeah, like I'm excited because I'm excited just talking about it. Being there was everything. Working with Ansa, working with Julius, working with like it was just working with Blue. Everything was by far a great experience.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
this: was the piece that you guys presented, was that new pieces or old? Like how what's that? Were they new, old? Were they written just for this?
So
Specifically
one one.
written for this. But like
Okay.
the end of my piece was something that I had written before, but I had nothing, I didn't know what to do with it. So it just kind of tied into the topic and I just added it at the tail end, but everything else was new for my part.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there were a couple of parts that were new for me. They Mercedes and Alex told us what they wanted the pieces to kind of like what we were gearing towards. I was doing more of the past, and Blue was doing more of
Yeah.
the future, and like the present and the
Hmm.
future. And so a lot of the lines were, I researched, I sat with it, I
Get
thought about all
the
the
new
things that I had lines
stuff.
going up to use it. And that 111 and 222 angel messages is a part of another poem.
Hmm.
And I think they both just coexist. They
Go
both
ahead.
live
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
same
I'll be out
place of,
now.
they both live in the same
Mm,
place of just knowing what's up in any moment, right? Thinking about when you see
Mhm.
333, you think about, you're being led, your angels are hearing you, and that's in any moment of life, past, present, or future. Um, so I was grateful that I could add that to what Alex and Mercedes
Get scalped.
asking for.
Well, I mean, now, see, it was music to my ears, first of all. But a lot of things, people don't know this. But this is something I don't think I never told you this, Alex. But your style of cinematography, if you will, is so unique and different that you really can't watch it one time. You can't watch it. You cannot watch it one time. I don't want to. I probably don't watch that trailer about over 50 times. I probably don't watch that trailer over 50 times. And like one of the parts that I really like is I think it's like 13 seconds in that trailer. And it's like a part where it's like it cuts and it's just blue, kind of like turns around. Like you just know she's about to spit some heat. You just know it. Now watching the video, I'm like, yeah, she spit that heat. Yeah, I just knew it. Yeah. But I'm just speaking to like just the editing style that you have, Alex. It's so the pace of it is just like perfect. It's like perfect pace, but it's to a point where you can't watch it one time. You know, like you can't watch it one time. Like I have to watch it again. Steve, at the end of this, please play it again because I know some people didn't catch it. So just about talking about like the artistry of it, Alex and Mercedes, could you really explain or describe the tone or the style that you had or used for this project?
Yeah, so when we first like decided, okay, well, what is it that we kind of want these artists to do, or what was it that we wanted to kind of like portray? We both basically came up with the concept of, like Kassan said, like we want to talk about the past and then we want to talk about the future, but then kind of like meet in the middle so it can kind of like, go over towards where we're headed almost, like, so it'll be like a sandwiching type of ordeal. But what happened was that like I was really I thought it was like super important to kind of like make sure we had those details that really told the story. So when we were talking about like the past and everything like that, like I was just like, once we had gotten, I think, was it before or after we had gotten their story? I think it was like before, right when we had gotten Kassan's and Blue's poems. We actually told them specifics as to what we wanted to talk about. We talk about Kassan. We gave her a list. We want you to talk about slavery. We want you to talk about LGBT, like that, all that stuff. We want to make sure, like,
to talk about like history, and like making sure that it's important that our culture realizes and understands our history, so we can move forward in the present. And it's the same as for Blue. Like we wanted her to talk about education, how important it is for our culture to get educated, not just on our history, but just in general. Like she's talked about, that she mentioned STEM. Science, engineering, technology, and mathematics. Education, education. It's just something that I think is very, very important, so that we move, so we can grow, and our culture can steadily grow and blend with everything.
Yeah, and then like it was just important to kind of like revisit what's going on now. Like when she's talking about when they both came up with like Kaepernick taking a knee, all of those are like very crucial moments in history. And then we're actually living those realities right now. So I mean, it was really awesome to kind of like see how fluid they both were in their verses. And then just to be able to bring them together, it was just like awesome. So I'm like, okay, well, they did their part. Like we have to do ours. We got to present the story. We got to present the vision. And I was like, I told Alex, we were in the office working, I was like, and I thought he was going to say no. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to say no. I was like, what if we go shoot in North Carolina?
So yeah, we wanted to do it locally at first, of course, and we still did most of it locally as well.
Yeah.
But she said because of that farm shop we wanted, and we wanted specifically that cotton farm, and she was just like, what if we took a trip and we shot in North Carolina, and I'm like, what? You want to drive 7 hours or whatever? I was like, well, I'm thinking it might not be that bad. I'm like, South Carolina's about 8 hours. North Carolina be at the top of it. It might be like 5 or something like that. Nah, I googled it and it was like 7 something. And I was like, oh god, I don't know what I was looking at, what I was thinking about. But and driving for me long distance, I hate driving really long distances. I'd rather catch a plane or be because I'm just not a comfortable driver. I move around a lot, but I'm in the seat. I'm always moving and moving myself, so I can't stay in the driver's seat for too long. And I would hate, and I hated myself, but Mercedes drove most of the way. But it was a good experience, and I'm glad she mentioned it because I'm telling you, I would do it over because of the experience that we received while we were there.
Yes, the plantation that we went to is actually called Stagville Historic Locations Plantation. So it was owned by they were the Benahan Cameron family, and basically they had about 900 slaves living over, I think it was about 30,000 acres of land that they owned. So
you
those Benahan Cameron. And when I saw them, like I looked it up online, and that, like, once you see them online, you're just like, oh, okay, it's just like these slave quarters and everything like that. I'm telling you, like, it's nothing like seeing them in person. Like, the magnitude of like what Kassan and Blue were saying, of that energy, like,
you feel it.
You really feel it when you get there. And when we first got there, because we kind of like went location scouting for the first day, when we went there, like, it was hard for me to kind of like take it all in, without crying and everything like that, because I mean, this is real. Like, they were actually like real wooden planks. All of that stuff is mostly, from when they were built. They might have updated some things, but they have restored a lot of it, and it has gone through hurricanes, and it is still standing. And I'm glad that the history is there. But I mean, it's just like, that's why when we got there, Kassan, it did take, I could tell it took an emotional toll on her. And it's like, she needs a minute. She needs a minute. If she needs to do it, to go around and kind of like just take it all in. Like, I can't expect for somebody to just go there and just be like, especially as an African American, to just go there and just be like, oh, okay, let's go for a tour. Like, there's no way possible that you would be able to do that. Like, the feeling that you get from the trees, like the trees alone, it's just the way that they kind of like cowered over the property, and you just there, you see the wariness of it, and it just, it's very powerful. It's very powerful.
It's definitely a very, very powerful piece. And I just have one request. I know it's 9:00, and I see some folks come on. A lot of new faces came on to the live. I don't know if this is a stretch right now. However, but I would love to just watch it one more time, and then I want to come back and just want to just finish off and just ask everybody one question, so we can really, tie everything back together. But I do want to watch it one more time, just for everyone who hasn't seen it. Then I want to come back and close off with just like 1 or 2 questions. Is that possible?
The show. Well,
Unless Julius, you got something to do? You got somewhere to go? If you need to log off, then that's fine.
I'm gonna stay here. I'll be able to answer questions. I just got all my homies around me going nuts. So, yeah, because I'm working. We're in the office working right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? There's a whole black affair going on right now in this mud.
It's a joyous occasion.
That's what I said.
Okay.
But I'm around. I'm looking. I'm listening.
One, 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 two, 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 three, 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 four, 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 five, five, five. What they saying to you? Six, 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 seven, 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 eight, 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 nine, 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 nine. Here we go again.
You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had an idea that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. Your silence will not protect you. Audre Lorde. And Harriet Tubman once said, every dream begins with a dreamer. Lately, I've been floating, lucidly sitting with my ancestors, laughing at 3 a.m. with Olu like, say what? Change gonna come. Change been here. Change been blatant. Oh yeah, change be God. And we be fractals. Intricate, intentional, intelligent. We be heaven and hell sent, cause you gonna get this liberation. You gonna check these angles or get checked by my angels. The same ones slain in the name of ignorance. The same bodies hung on trees. Different parts sold at low cost. Tears, strange fruits indeed. And we still lining up to plant seeds. Growing everything we need to feed our inner beings. And still, our grandmothers can most literally pray you through anything. Words as powerful as the God they come from. Her hands dipped in gold and green thumbs. She will plant you and help you bloom. Water you to the soil so quenched, so your petals so drenched. You got to get a salsa. With no sorcery, they've been birthing queens since before we knew Ashe. A word they stripped when we were taken away in 1619 with 20 slaves. Please, research if you don't believe. Here's what else the education system failed to teach me. Ain't none of us slaves if we dare to be free. The American dream was never for us. Keep your blue jeans and blue eyes. I'm good with my afro puffs and my fist raised high. This be a different dream. Derived from ancestors for our future selves and everything in between. No more begging for equality. Time's up. We be the equalizer. We taking opportunities like Kaepernick took a knee. And it took y'all 4 years to see multiple black bodies to let us be. I tell you what, the countdown begins with me. 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. What they saying?
Our tears to thee from tortured souls arise, and we sing, hey, baby, bye. We sing, hey, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile. But let the world think otherwise. We wear the mask.
This that Wakanda forever. United, we toast it together. My blackness be lit like whatever. We diamonds be shine under pressure, arise from the pressure. Never begging for my freedom. Knowledge be power, no minds to waste time to freedom. This crown be thick. Can't pick us from our roots, they reach for the stem. Systematically transforming environments made for black Americans. Ghettos be what you call them. HBCUs socially reconstructing that STEM. Teaching our youth science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Addicted to education, weed out the ignorance. That's how you kill a deeply rooted system. You gotta stimulate your mind. No one can give you freedom. No one can give you equality or justice or anything. If you a man, you take that shit. How you and Abraham from the heights but living differently? Asians sell a shea butter to blacks, it don't make sense to me. Ozu in my backyard but don't want me here. Got a dress code, sorry miss, no athletic gear. Or I guess you only accept the Nike on the white kid looking like me. Why I'm paying for the law to kill me? Hamdu Allah, hope that God can heal me. Can't buy a home, too busy funding the police. Place them in black neighborhoods where the poor can only lease. Let freedom ring, we war cry. Black lives matter, yet more die. One day these revolutionary beats will hit streets like trap songs. Dope boys will sing them in the hall.
halls of public housing, church songs, administering the ghetto gospel to lost souls as they search on for new meaning. The term black will become sacred and take on new meaning. To rewrite history, all we gotta do is keep dreaming. And to that I say, Ashe. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Again, I don't know. Again, I'm having the same effect that I had the first time that I watched it. Yo, that is deep, man. It is deep. Again, like I said, you can't watch it one time. Like I have to. I ain't gonna do it right now, but I have to keep watching it. I got to keep watching it.
That video go hard.
Yeah.
Y'all again. Y'all did y'all thing. It's powerful, so deep. That's the comments that's just flowing right now. One thing I really liked about this piece, though, is that you got two different individuals, right? Both black queens, but you got two different individuals, right? And how you can see the connection in between both of them is amazing. Like how everything just flowed together. Is this your first time collaborating, or y'all did this before? Blue and Kassan.
So we've done a production together before. Yeah.
Raw Poetry Productions.
Like what was that?
Truth to
2018.
Poet. Raw Poetry Productions. Truth to Poet. Yeah, it was like 3 years ago now, man. Like that's so that was another awesome goals, right? Like that was another awesome part about it was that because when we did Raw Poetry Productions, we worked with a bunch of other amazing artists. So me and Blue got to get to know each other on a personal level as well as an artist level, on a sister level, and I think that's amazing. That's important. If you're gonna work with anybody, you should have a connection. So I was grateful that we got to build that.
Absolutely, and then so it's like when Alex and Mercedes. Yeah, when Alex and Mercedes had came, it was just like, oh yeah, so we have Kassan who's gonna collaborate on the piece with you. I was like, oh great, that works. That works out perfectly.
She was like, okay. It was awesome for us because we were kind of like we were worried. Well, I was worried. I'm not sure how Mercedes felt, but I was a little worried because I was like, I don't know how they're gonna feel with like another poet coming into the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if they're gonna be like, I'll work alone or this and that. But I'm so glad it wasn't any of that, and everyone was like, they were both like really nice and peaceful and great. So I'm just grateful that kind of collaboration, that energy was there because I don't think the project would have been what it was if their energy weren't what it was.
I'm also grateful that we were both artists that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Princeton, but I just wanted to, just a little tad. The fact that we are both from Baltimore, and I'm grateful for that because we get such a rep around the world that there's no love here, or we got beef, or we and it's like it's not that. If you were to just see it for yourself, feel it for yourself, the love in Baltimore is real. Everywhere got clicks, everywhere got something, but the passion and when you really care for what you do, it makes it easier to vibe with people who care for what they do. And it's here. We are a loving city. It just, it's that.
So,
go ahead.
Absolutely.
I'm glad the love is definitely is here. Is you can see it, you can feel it. But let me just ask with all everything that's happening, right? Everything that you guys, like all that emotion that you guys experience, being on the plantation, being at the cotton field, actually meeting a black farmer. Like, Julius, I don't know if you're still here. Like, I can't tell you how many black farmers I know. You probably, I ain't gonna lie, you are the only black farmer that I've seen.
I was waiting for that.
And I'm gonna keep it real. And just saying that, knowing that, and just being around so much love now. Do you feel? I'm not sure what you guys like feelings was, or the energy that you was feeling when you first like say, hey, yeah, we gonna do this, we will do this. I'm not sure what you was feeling at that point in time, but actually looking back and looking back on it, do you feel that the expectation that was set or the expectation that was there was fulfilled, or the message that you wanted to get across with your words, now you see the visuals, is everything matching, and is all the stars aligning right now to you guys? Kassan, Blue, and I actually want to know, see how you feel about this too also, Alex and Mercedes. Like, overall, looking at the piece, looking back, has it met your expectations?
Kassan, you want to start?
Oh, right. So I really enjoyed all of the angles. There are certain parts of the poem where Mercedes and Alex, y'all have captured, Blue says something about the police, and y'all got the defund the police on the north. Like, that is so important to have the visuals line up with the words, and very, very subliminally, like very like, not super in your face. Oh, you gonna get this message, but like very like, yeah, we did the research. We sat with this. You can feel that from just watching it. Yeah, the angles is crazy. The angles is crazy. It's so good, though. Like, for real.
I definitely think that we met and exceeded the expectations that were set for the project. The B-roll, like Kassan said, was ridiculous. Like, it definitely matched up in every way. Like just the entry to the video, where you see Kassan playing two different, phases of African history, being an African, coming over to the Americas, and then being an enslaved African here in the Americas. That interaction in the very beginning just kind of sets the tone. And I think that in and of itself, like, those type of moments just continue to drive the energy of the video, captivating you and making you want to continue to see what was coming next. So definitely shout out to the editing. Like, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And then the adding of the different speeches, that was dope as well. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, oh crap, that was yes.
Right. Alex, before you even go in, Alex, because I know how much you can be a perfectionist. So I don't want you to think technical, right? I really want you to think artistry. Like, artistically, did this succeed or meet your expectations, Alex and Mercedes?
I think visually it and what Kassan and Blue put together and what we produced, I think it definitely met our expectations, and like Blue said, exceeded our expectations. Now I know you don't want me to go to the technical side of it, but it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, but but I think it turned out beautifully, and just like with the music that we chose to go into each piece, which was a very hard part, that and Mercedes was the one to find that music, while I was like kind of just like putting everything together, the story and everything like that. But I just think the different the different locations that we shot each of them in, and bringing them all together, it worked out so perfectly. It really did. And I'm so glad it did, because it wasn't one one location that didn't fit, and that's just because that's the planning that went into it. It just goes into that portion of it. But yeah, I think it really exceeded our expectations, and I cannot wait to do something else. What about you?
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, when like certain things I come up with, I present certain ideas to Alex, and what I love about our collaboration is that like we can be very frank and honest with each other, and also we allow each other to kind of like think outside of the box. And he like for example, when I told him like, okay, like Kassan, I want her to scream. And so I drew, and I want her face to have this makeup. So I drew, and I can't draw. So I drew this structure of it. And I was like, look, all I know is I want her out there screaming, because honestly, what it was like I really wanted to depict in the whole artistry and the message that the slaves were angry, and I mean, not the slaves were angry, but like they're angry, like as an African coming from a strong African tribal background. It's like you're angry. Like, how did you let this happen? Like, how were you able to become in bondage to these white people? Like, like this is not something that came from war. This is not something that came from like a submission. Where they did have slaves, whereas it happened because of war. It happened because of adultery, just something of that nature. But this happened because you let somebody take you into that, basically. And so that that background, or that tribal master would I'm sorry if I sound pretty ignorant right now, but I see it as they were so angry. Like, we are strong people, and we don't succumb to anybody, and you fight until you can't fight no more. So even though like that, you want to try to save your life and everything like that, we all know like how the feelings and everything that would happen, that happened throughout the diaspora. It was just that it was a whole like that feeling of resentment. And Kassan, I'm telling you, Prince, when she screamed on that field, I was terrified.
Bust my eardrum.
It was like it came from like
I was looking at that piece. I was looking at that, and I can tell Kassan really enjoyed that. I can tell she really enjoyed that. I know she got her life on that one right there.
I said, I was gonna say like, you're not just screaming that loud, but Marcus and Alex was like, why? Like, she has to scream that loud. Like,
one thing I can say about the song, she definitely brought her all. Like, she didn't feel like she needed to downplay anything she was doing. If we told her to scream, she was like, "You're gonna get the best scream that I'm gonna give you." You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you need. So and she gave it to us.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, that's scream, ground shaking.
Yeah, that thing.
I want to match up. So like that scene, right, where she's got the painted face, and like the scream, and then it's like later down the line in the video, you have Blue in her nice little presidential fit, in her little presidential fit right there, and got the columns behind. So it just tells you how, and think about what you just said, Mercedes. It's like how a lot of people, how did we get here? It's just really, and you can see the transition, you can see the contrast that instantly, where you have Kassan with the painted face screaming, and it's almost like she screamed to let all that energy out, all that pain, all that passion, that drive out, and look where we're at now. And it just goes to Blue, who got her nice presidential. Yeah, I can wear a dress. Yep, I can sit right up here. I can stand right up on these in front of these Coliseum on this white brick right here, and I can make money too, just like the rest of them. And you can just see that contrast right there so vividly. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
that was kind of what that message was about. You know, it's like we're more than what you see us as. You know, we're more than that. And wearing that dress and being that professional that she was, and performing in that spot, you know, it said it all. You know, and it's funny because when we shot that, we before we filmed that piece in front of it, we, you know, there was guards out there and everything like that. And we did not, you know, we had got approached. We had nothing had happened. Everything was looking good because, you know, I mean, appearance is everything, right? But as soon as she started spitting that, man, and right after it was done, you know, it was like the guard that was right. It was a white guard, by the way. I came over, was like, oh hey, you know, like didn't know you guys were doing that. You know, it's like you can't do that here or something. You know, it was just like, but you know, had we had not said anything about what was going on, had her words been any different, we probably wouldn't have even gotten approached. But and he probably looked as we walked over. He probably looked at us and was like, "Yeah, you know, it's probably nothing, you know, going on. They look very professional. Look, everything looks good. Blah blah blah." But you know, it just goes to show you, man. You know, just goes to show you.
Man, Julius, I got you back. You back. How was how was your break?
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta I'm it's like I'm at work. You gotta unmute yourself. You're muted.
Can't hear you, brother.
That's my bad, y'all.
There we
it's all
go.
good. It's all good.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I had all my homies come. Yeah, all my homies came through at one time, and they was trying to check in and tell me all this and that. And I'm like, look, I'm doing something right now. And I'm like, they're like, what you looking at? And I'm like, all right, let me show y'all this video. So there's a bunch going on.
That's what's up, man. And I'm about to bring everything to a close, man, because it's been one momentous night, Highs. And thank you guys for upping my vocabulary, by the way. But Julius, let me ask you this question. Why is it so essential to have more black farmers? Being a black farmer yourself.
I think land ownership is very important. You know, through ownership, you can be able to control your environment. And I hope that that the team was able to feel comfortable at my farm. You know, like, cause it's a place that where we can be able to feel safe at.
Honestly, we felt like family over there.
Oh yeah,
really did, man. You took great care of us, man. And I really want to go back and do something again, and collaborate with you again, bro. It was great.
Julius, you are a whole vibe. Seriously, like I mean, from as soon as we met you and came in there, and you was like, you know, had the music going, had the future going. It was just like a whole vibe, and it was so awesome. Like
you don't get a lot of that.
You don't, you don't feel welcomed like that.
You came in like, man, what you need? What can I do? How can I help? You know, it's ready. It was love from the jump, and we love it. I appreciate you.
And I'm like, it's a reason for everything, you know, Julius. Like, it was a reason why we weren't able to go to St. Coast, and I'm very happy that we didn't, because we wouldn't have had again this imagery and this experience, and now like this family, you know, like, because I feel like, you know, you succeed and you doing your thing, and I'm happy to see it all coming to fruition for you, and I'm proud of you. So I mean, like, don't forget about us. You know, don't, you know, and we always hear, but I just don't want you to forget, like, that you know, we here in your corner too.
Oh, no. I mean, don't forget about me when y'all are getting these Oscars and Grammys and all this stuff. I'm just trying to hang along. For real. I want to go to Sundance too.
Go.
And and especially don't forget about. I don't want you guys to forget about everyone else. Like, do you have anybody you want to shout out? Everybody that's involved and actually in the production of Momentous.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of
Besides
people
me,
that
of
was
course.
doing. Honestly, it was a small team. It was myself, Mercedes. We had Marcus, which is my camera guy. He's a part of AMSA, and and then we had Jenna, who works as well. Yeah, it's like
Jenna was on it. Let me tell you.
Oh, we go nowhere without Marcus and Jenna. We go nowhere without Marcus and Jenna.
Honestly, every piece of production that we put out will have their stamp. Like Marcus, definitely he had a stamp on his video. His a lot of his shots. Like what I can definitely say is 100% of this video is shot by Marcus and I, and there's nothing else in here that you can find that was from anywhere else. And everything we produce has Marcus and Jenna's touch on it. Mm-hmm. Everything. So we definitely wouldn't be here without them as well. Oh yeah.
Man, I just want to thank everybody. Marcus, Jenna, Alex, Mercedes, Hassan, Blue, Julius, Steve. Before we go, I just want to say if you have any comments. I just want to pull up some comments because people are feeling this piece, man. Like I don't know what I'm trying to be so professional right now and not divert to my Washingtonian ways with my slang. But Slim, that drink right there. Ooh, that thing right there is man. It's out of this world. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy I'm happy that you guys actually agreed to have AMSA actually, do this whole thing and bring this. Read some comments. V still says, I'm so proud of AMSA creative marketing. I can't wait to see what's next. So shout out to V. Bear. Ooh. Why are your brother named like that? Alex brother saying, good work, good work, good work. We have any more? Tanya Thomas says, I was in tears, getting filled up with so much emotion. I guarantee when I'm not on camera and I watch it again, I probably tear up myself. Can't cry right now in front of people, looking at me right now. Andy Tyler says, that was amazing. Pretty sure she has some emojis, probably the heart emojis, because this is all love, all love. Kishana Dickerson says, wow, powerful. I'm Black, I'm proud, so proud of you, Mercedes and Alex, to see your vision manifest. Amazing. This is what our children should be exposed to. That's deep and that's touching. Tanya Thomas come back. That was amazing. I loved it. Kassan is good. It's good. It's good to hear you perform again. Excuse me. It's good to hear you perform again. Hey, Julius. I ain't gonna go in on that one. I'm gonna leave that alone. Hey, Julius. Please play it again. Tia Lynette says, please play it again. You're going to find all this video on the Artist Love. I'm going to got to put it on the Artist Love page. And also, you're going to find it at AMSA on their Facebook and their Instagram page. You can find an Instagram. You can find everybody Instagram tag or handle, social handling under their name. Julius, he's actually a Black farm owner. So he got more than just the Instagram. Now he got a whole website. All right, so you guys can find his website there. Please check that out. Julius, man, them wreaths, man. I really like those wreaths. You got me thinking about some Christmas ideas already. Because those wreaths look really nice, man. And that vase. I already know what type of flowers and plants I would put in that one right there. And that black cotton shirt. I need one of those. I definitely need one of those. I will send you my address so you could send me one of those freebies. I didn't mean to say free. Black people love free things. But no. Man, it's. I really thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Kassan, Blue, Julius, Alex, Mercedes, the whole Answer crew. And shout out to Steve. He's in the back. Steve been doing the whole producing. He got a he got a he got a long
Shout out to Steve.
he got a long info coming my way for putting that shot on in the beginning though. But we're gonna talk about that. Expose my chicken legs. We're gonna expose my chicken legs on national TV. It's cool though. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But man, any last words from anybody? Any last words before we close out?
I just want to say thank you, guys. Like seriously, like y'all have been nothing short of amazing.
And this project wouldn't have came together without any of you.
Yes, and I'm thankful for just the vision. I thank God that we were able to come up with this concept, and I thank you, Princeton, for allowing us to use you guys' platform to display our this moment for us. And again, for just everybody in the back, So I thank everybody for watching. I thank everybody for taking their time tonight to come and enjoy this premiere with us. I thank my family for all of their nice and beautiful comments. I love my family so much. They're super supportive. I thank my kids for staying upstairs for a little bit. but again, like this has been such a great experience, and I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Yes, I cannot wait to do this again.
I did say any last words, but but it's cool. Kassan and Blue. I'm just messing with you. Kassan, Blue, Julia, got any last words? Also,
Definitely happy. Oh, go ahead, Kassan.
No, please go.
Definitely happy to have had the opportunity, number one, to work with everyone. It was a great team, and the amount of effort that was displayed and professionalism displayed by everyone is definitely outstanding. And I just thankful to Jehovah for being in the right place, the right time, to have even been seen by Alex and Mercedes, to have even been asked to be a part of it. This is an honor in and of itself, and definitely one of those highlights, I would say, so far of my career as a poet. And I'm blessed and I'm happy to have been a part of this, and happy to have gotten to know you all, and definitely looking forward to more things that will come, more blessings that will come just from this moment. Thank you, everybody that has tuned in and supported and just shown love. Appreciate you.
While you have the floor right now, Blue, anything coming up? Any up and coming projects?
I do. So I have I think the biggest project of a lifetime coming up that I will be announcing next week. So that's that, and then I do have a feature at the poetry party, their 1 year anniversary coming up as well. And some more collaborations. I just actually got finished speaking with another artist that I'm like enamored with, that asked me to be a part of their latest project. So that'll be coming up soon, and yes, it's a lot of things coming up in the works in the next few months, so I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to see it.
Kassan, any last words? Any up and coming?
I just, first of all, yes, definitely all praise to the Olu, all praise to the Almighty Olu Damare for this experience and for this moment and for being able to share it with you all. Shout out to my family. Shout out to Mike John, who helped me. I would call him to spit some bars and be like, yo, this work. Shout out to Black Chakra also, who I called to be like, yo, this work. Big shout out to AMSA Creative Marketing. You guys were amazing. Big shout out to Blue. Since this was an amazing experience with you, and being able to get to know you on such a personal level was dope. Julius, you are forever my favorite Black farmer. Princeton, yo, you do this. You bring it together so that everybody can talk and see the insides of what's really going on. And that's beautiful. And shout out to everybody that's watching, everybody that tuned in, everybody that's logged in right now. Thank you for giving us your time. And upcoming events, yes. Okay. I have a show tomorrow at Why Not Lot with Josh Stokes, or West North Avenue, and we'll be out there from 8 until about 12. It's gonna be an amazing artist. My set is from 8 to 8:10. Big shout out to Gino, Rachel. There's so many shout outs that it could happen. You know how we do. Shout out to the whole everybody. I love y'all for real. Like, this is amazing. Let's keep doing this.
And last but certainly not least, the only black farmer I know. And hold on, but Mercedes said about the vibe, right? So I could just imagine me having a farm, right? A black, not just any farm, a cotton farm. I could just imagine me like, yo, shorty, come up to my cotton farm. I'll meet you at the front entrance. I could just imagine right now. But go ahead. Let me stop. Go ahead, Julius.
Well, if I'm giving any last minute shout outs, I just want to give a shout out to my A team, my home team, Black Cotton, everybody who's a supporter. 252.
There y'all have it, man. I believe we want to play the video one more time.
Again?
Well,
Yeah, play that joint again.
We're gonna close. We're gonna close out with the video. We're gonna close out with the video. But before we close out, man, I just really want to just be once again transparent again, and just say that I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone that tuned in, of course, but I appreciate everyone that had their hands in this pot, because it's, from what I saw, what I've seen so far is visually appealing, and it's not only appealing, it has a message behind it as well. I can't wait to just put it on the TVs and really dissect it so I can really get into it, because this was my first time seeing it as well, as long as everyone else's first time seeing it too. And I just want to take the moment to say thank you, Alex and Mercedes, because for these past couple of weeks, it's been like a real creative block right now. It's been a real creative block, and I kind of been distant creatively because it hasn't been coming. But when I see how much passion and how much drive that you guys put inside of this piece, and to do it so quickly, to reach out to Gassan, to reach out to Blue, to do the research, to do the traveling, the expenses, everything, down to getting a black farmer. Like, you went deep down to get a black farmer. That just shows how much passion that you guys have for your craft. And that alone is just inspiring right there. Like, that right there is alone to inspire for anybody that's really having, like, was like me or is like me right now, having that creative or that writer's block. Seeing stuff like this manifest into reality is just a beautiful, inspirational thing. So I just really thank you guys. I thank Blue, Kassan, Julius. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Thank everybody for watching. This is Artist Love.
Well, one more thing, just for like 2 little known facts in there, when just in case anybody asks, when the voiceovers, right? The first voiceover is by Fountain Hughes. He is actually a slave. He was actually a slave, and that was an interview that was done, I think 1940. But so that is his voice. The second voiceover, where it's like panning over the water, is Maya Angelou, and that is her poem, "We Wear the Mask."
There you have it. My name is Princeton. This is another segment of Artist Love. You provide the art, we provide the platform. That's love. Really quick though, anybody else any creators out there, any artists, no matter what type of art form, if you want your work to be presented on this platform, go ahead and reach out. You can email info.artistlove@gmail.com, or you can hit our Instagram or our Facebook. All that will be in the description of the video. Once again, I'm Princeton, Artist Love. You provide the art, we provide the platform. That's love. Let's watch this video one more last time. Peace, y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. Good night.
Peace, guys.
111, 222, 333, 444, 555. What they saying to you? 666, 777, 888, 9999. Here we go again.
You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had an idea, that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. Your silence will not protect you. Audre Lorde. And Harriet Tubman once said, every dream begins with a dreamer. Lately, I've been floating, lucidly sitting with my ancestors, laughing at 3 a.m. with Olu like, say what? Change gonna come. Change been here. Change been blatant. Oh yeah, change be God. And we be fractals. Intricate, intentional, intelligent. We be heaven and hell sent, cause you gonna get this liberation. You gonna check these angles or get checked by my angels. The same ones slain in the name of ignorance. The same bodies hung on trees. Different parts sold at low cost. Tears, strange fruits indeed. And we still lining up to plant seeds. Growing everything we need to feed our inner beings. And still, our grandmothers can most literally pray you through anything. Words as powerful as the God they come from. Her hands dipped in gold and green thumbs. She will plant you and help you bloom. Water you to the soil so quenched, so your petals so drenched. You got to get a salsa. With no sorcery, they've been birthing queens since before we knew Ashe. A word they stripped when we were taken away in 1619 with 20 slaves. Please, research if you don't believe. Here's what else the education system failed to teach me. Ain't none of us slaves if we dare to be free. The American dream was never for us. Keep your blue jeans and blue eyes. I'm good with my afro puffs and my fist raised high. This be a different dream. Derived from ancestors for our future selves and everything in between. No more begging for equality. Time's up. We be the equalizer. We taking opportunities like Kaepernick took a knee. And it took y'all 4 years to see multiple black bodies to let us be. I tell you what, the countdown begins with me. 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. What they saying?
Our tears to thee from tortured souls arise, and we sing, hey, baby, bye. We sing, hey, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile. But let the world think otherwise. We wear the mask.
This that Wakanda forever. United, we toast it together. My blackness be lit like whatever. We diamonds be shining under pressure, aroused from the pressure. Never begging for my freedom. Knowledge be power, no minds to waste time to freedom. This crown be thick. Can't pick us from our roots, they reach for the stem. Systematically transforming environments made for black Americans. Ghettos be what you call them. HBCUs socially reconstructing that STEM. Teaching our youth science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Addicted to education. Weed out the ignorance. That's how you kill a deeply rooted system. You gotta stimulate your mind. No one can give you freedom. No one can give you equality or justice or anything. If you a man, you take that shit. How you and Abraham from the heights but living differently? Asians sell a shea butter to blacks, it don't make sense to me. Ozu in my backyard but don't want me here. Got a dress code, sorry miss, no athletic gear. Or I guess you only accept the Nike on the white kid looking like me. Why I'm paying for the law to kill me? Hamdulillah, hope that God can heal me. Can't buy a home, too busy funding the police. Place them in black neighborhoods where the poor can only lease. Let freedom ring, we war cry. Black lives matter, yet more die. One day these revolutionary beats will hit streets like trap songs. Dope boys will sing them in the halls of public housing, church songs, administering the ghetto gospel to lost souls as they search on for new meaning. The term black will become sacred and take on new meaning. To rewrite history, all we gotta do is keep dreaming. And to that I say, Ashe.
So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.